what was going on. Dan's in here. Dan, when are we going to get that webcam sorted out so everyone can see what was going on there? Because for all of you listening, I've got my headphones plugged into what you were all listening to at home. Meanwhile, live in the studio, we have this amazing jazz and jive band, swing band, doing a sound check in the studio. So I had this cacophony of sound, which was wonderful, actually, absolutely wonderful. Let me just introduce, before we hear the band, let's introduce the woman behind it. Kai Hoffman, welcome to the afternoon show.
Hi, Joe, how are you?
But you look the part. They call you the girl with the vintage vocals, which I love, actually. But you're in full vintage gear, so you've got 50s gear on, basically, haven't you?
Pretty much, yeah. I met up with a wonderful woman a few years ago named Vivian of Holloway.
Yes.
And her company's been sponsoring me for the last few years.
Amazing.
So...
We've had her on the show, actually.
Okay. Yeah, so you know Vivian.
Yeah. But also, how fitting, because like Ronnie Scott's is almost your second home, isn't it? Do you have a residency there?
Yes, we do. Kai's Cats has been resident at Ronnie Scott's for, this is our 5th year coming up.
And is that every Thursday you're there?
It's the first Thursday of the month.
Right, the first Thursday of the month you can get to hear these guys, but you can also get to hear them on New Year's Eve, if there are any tickets left, because you're playing Ronnie Scott's then, aren't you? Is that Monday night?
That's right, yeah, it's Monday. I can't believe it's so soon.
Just before we hear from you, and I can't wait, because I've only heard you mixed with Martha Reeves. So I've had a sort of a combination of all of your band and you and Martha and the Vandellas. So I can't wait to hear you away from Martha Reeves. But just introduce, and they can shout out who we've got in here with us.
Sure, well, we have George Cool Cat Hogg on the trumpet today. We have Sam Sax Cat Bullard on the saxophone.
Hello.
We have Sebastian Kit Kat DeChrome on the drums.
Hello.
Simon String Cat Little on the bass, and Simon Fat Cat Whiteside on the piano.
I really do love your red hat. Is that a trilby? Would it be yeah, fantastic. Ray Gelato also. You've worked with Ray Gelato, I think.
That's right, yeah. I've toured with Ray Gelato for about 2 years, and we have an album together called Hey Boy, Hey Girl, The Magic of the Boy-Girl Duets. So that's...
Well, you're in good company, because he's been here a couple of times as well, so I'm really looking forward to this. This is Kai Hoffman and Kai's Cats. What are you going to perform for us, Kai?
We released a Christmas song on iTunes just a few weeks ago, and we thought since it's technically still the 12 days of Christmas, we would do Have a Swingin' Christmas.
Fantastic. Take it away.
1, 2, 3. Way up north, there's a crazy cat who's hip to his jazz and knows where it's at. He knows who's been bad and he knows who's been badder. With his crazy conveyance, he won't need no ladder. He'll hook up his reindeer to his groovy barouche and head down to Jazzville and won't moose the mooch. Like Dizzy and Bird, he'll be grooving high. As he slips down your chimney, you'll hear him cry, have a swingin' Christmas. Have a swingin' Christmas. Have a swingin' Christmas. Ho, ho, Daddy, oh, Santa's the man. Oh! Tell me about that, cool cat. Oh, yeah. Prepared for his gig. He works with his elves and his pixies. He'll pile up the booty, and you'll get yours if you don't get snooty. He's big, fat, and jolly in his suit, white and red. He looks real cool in his wicked bad threads. He'll speed through the snow with a jingle and a jangle, with his belly full of sherry and his beard in a tangle. Have a swingin' Christmas. Have a swingin' Christmas. Have a swingin' Christmas. Ho, ho, Daddy, oh, Santa's the man. Santa's cool for a bebop mule and a swingin' Christmas too. When he's done his thing, he likes to hang in his boogie-loogie mood. Have a anytime.
That was absolutely brilliant. Kai, come and join me on that. I honestly am blown away by that. And the fact that it sounded, you're going to love the sound, because you can go home and listen to it. It's up on our website for 7 days.
Ooh,
and you will be very, very pleased. Fantastic sound. I don't know how Dan actually did that. In just one track of Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, he actually produced that amazing sound. You are wonderful, and I know that you're appreciated all over the world, because you play places like Ronnie Scott's, the Albert Hall, but you've also played, is this true, Bangladesh?
That's right, yeah. I did a very strange corporate gig in Bangladesh a couple years ago. I don't think they'd ever... I don't think
was it for
there's not much
expats?
jazz out there.
Yeah. I bet you were like a welcome food parcel, I would imagine, wouldn't you? To have that sort of sound. Was it in the Sheraton Hotel?
It was, that's right. Yeah, we were in the Sheraton, and then did a couple of private gigs in nightclubs as well. That was quite an experience. I can't begin to describe it.
So Clyde, is this the band that's always with you, or through necessity? Because I guess everyone does sessions, and everyone, from what I know of musicians, musicians sort of put themselves about. I was going to say, but, you go where there's work.
That's a whole other story.
Yes,
Jill.
that is a whole. I married one actually, so yeah. But can you always get together, or do you have to sort of employ people when they're available, and when they're not, that's it?
Well, I actually have two bands, Joe. I've got Kai's Cats here, and we usually have the same cats. There's a couple of Depp cats that come in sometimes, and we're all a very friendly feline family. And my other band is the Kai Hoffman Quartet, which is a bit more jazzy,
right.
And that's a fixed group of players.
And when you play, I guess people are, because we're going to be doing a piece, I think, next week, actually, on swing dancing and jiving and everything else,
cool.
Which is massive now, isn't it? It's really kicked off, which is wonderful. Well, the whole dance thing's kicked off, thank heavens. Are people dancing in front of you, or do they sit and listen?
With Kai's Cats, we kind of want them to get up and dance.
Yes.
And if they don't, I tend to come out and get them and
Do
make
you?
them get up and dance.
Do you dance?
I do, yeah. Lindy hopping and swing is so much fun, and it's
Yeah.
such great exercise. It means you can have an extra portion of Christmas dinner.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do think Ronnie Scott's, for a time, was, I think there was one night a week where they were teaching it, actually. I don't know if that still happens, which is a fantastic thing. On New Year's Eve, and I'm going to give all the details, is that a sit-down do, or is it going to be people up on the dance floor?
Well, it's a bit of both, Joe. If people want an early ticket, there are a couple of early tickets left, and they need to phone up to get those. Those aren't available on the website.
Okay.
The early tickets do have some food and some champagne and the sort of sit-down, jazzy part of the evening. And then there is, from 10 o'clock onwards, there's the crazy jump and jive, swing dancing extravaganza.
Okay, so let me give you the details on this. You can book online at ronniescotts.co.uk, or the phone number is 0207 439 0747, 0207 439 0747. Do you know Larry Price? Have you met Larry Price?
I haven't, no.
He's going to be in here with you after 4:30 for the 3 tracks. I know him through Dover Street. Have you worked at Dover Street at all?
I've sung there a couple of times with friends, yeah.
Yeah, well, I went for the first time, actually, just before Christmas. What an amazing place.
Oh, cool.
Larry's always talked about it, but I'd never been there before. And it was just wonderful to dance. I hadn't danced with a band for ages, just to getting up and doing it into the early hours of the morning. It was fantastic. So you'll enjoy meeting Larry. You'll be in a few moments' time. The song you just sung, did you say you wrote that?
My piano player, the wonderful Simon Whiteside, wrote that song.
Simon, that was wonderful. I mean, for the first time this Christmas, or is that an old favourite? You haven't got a mic there, but never mind, just shout. First time this Christmas. It was fantastic. Well, that's under your belt now. You can bring that out every Christmas, can't you? Thank you for playing that for us. What are you going to play next?
We thought we would do another one of our original tunes. This one is called Baby, the Boy Can Jive.
They certainly can. This is